We're Chloe and Jordan, also known as Counting Countries. We've been traveling for the last 6 months with the goal of visiting every country in the world and being the fastest team to ever do it. Last week we were in Jordan, country number 53. We absolutely loved our time in Amman, and the Dead Sea has become one of our favorite memories yet. This week we're in Saudi Arabia, country number 54. We spent the week with the cutest family from Michigan and had the opportunity to do something we've never done before.
1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
This week is a little bit different because we ended up having a lovely, perfect, jam-packed schedule while in Saudi, and we didn't get around to filming all of it.
Originally, we were planning to go to the Middle East in August and September, and after getting some DMs from people saying that that is the worst time to be there because of the heat, we decided to change it up a little bit.
One of those DMs we received about the weather was from a girl named Heather. She told us that it was way too hot, and she's a teacher there in Saudi Arabia, and she lives there with her family, and she's from Michigan. She invited us to stay with her, and we gladly accepted.
And the funny part was, is she's like, we don't live in the most exciting part of Saudi Arabia, but you're still welcome to come stay with us. Turns out it's a really cool city. We had so much fun.
Yeah, it was perfect. We had a very unique experience there that we haven't had anywhere else. Let's just start from when we landed. We landed in Dubai. I don't know all of the rules or the customs involved as it applies to women. I just kind of heard things. So Heather's kind of guiding me through it. She's like, just wear a cardigan that's pretty long that covers your hips and your butt so that you don't want to see your shape. You don't need to cover your head. So we're kind of figuring it all out as we land.
So the city that they live in Saudi Arabia is called Jubail. It's on the east coast of Saudi Arabia near Bahrain, and Dammam is the next biggest city. So Heather came and picked us up from the airport and brought us to their home, and we had such a fun time meeting them and their kids.
Yes, we crashed hard that night, and the next morning we woke up bright and early, and Heather had planned a breakfast on a boat for us. We're going on a boat. We're going on a boat. Your turn, Evelyn.
Evelyn, where are you going?
We're going on a boat. Whoa. So we're on a boat today in Saudi Arabia, and we are staying here with a local family that we met online. Everybody's here. They are.
Hello.
I'm Heather.
I'm Skylar.
Joshua.
What's your name?
Evelyn.
What's your name? Hannah.
Hannah. So we're with Mohammed on this boat today having breakfast in Jubail, Saudi Arabia.
It's the best boat ever.
We love this boat. Let's eat.
Okay.
On this boat right now. Okay, after the boat trip is when you wore your abaya for the first time. That was pretty cool. Did you like it?
I loved it. I think abayas are genius because it didn't matter what I had on underneath. You can just throw your abaya on top, and then everyone looks the same.
Saudi Arabia is like 90% desert and sand and dunes, and so people there love to go out and go dune bashing in the desert with four-wheelers, with jeeps, whatever you can find. And so that's a traditional thing to do there. So they took us out in the desert for four-wheeling and a barbecue.
this is honestly one of the coolest things ever. These four-wheelers are so freaking sick. Saudi's amazing. I'm loving it here. I'm seriously so grateful that the people we're staying with set this up for us. It's amazing, and Jordan's having a freaking blast. As am I. I'm just not as wild as he is. I got the video, guys. No worries. What's happening?
Backup has been called. How's the kebab?
So freaking good.
Ribeye.
It was seriously so much fun. I didn't know if I totally trusted myself on the ATVs because it's been so long since I've ridden one, but it was amazing. And her son and two daughters came out with us, and her son was driving my ATV for a little bit, and the kid was flooring it. Like, he literally almost sent us off a cliff, and he was laughing so hard. I absolutely loved it.
But the highlight of Saudi Arabia for us, we've been saying it wrong this whole time, it's Saudi Arabia. Not Saudi. What's Saudi? The highlight of the whole trip for us was the chance to speak to kids at the international school that Heather and Skylar teach at, called ISG Jubail. This was a very unique opportunity. I was actually a little nervous going into it.
And I freaked out right before our very first presentation to the third, fourth, fifth graders. Oh, I got nervous in front of those kids.
As soon as the kids walked in though, like, all nerves were gone. They were just the most respectful, kind kids that came in, and they were like high-fiving us. They were like, "We're so happy you're here, welcome." They were attentive throughout our whole speech. Like, it was amazing. It was not what I was expecting at all.
We talked to 4 groups of children from, well, I guess kids, teenagers, whatever you want to call them. From 2nd grade was our youngest, into high school, until seniors. And just to see from all the different age groups, they were all just such great kids. And they had such like a vast knowledge of the world and of different cultures. And like, the best question was when I asked them, I was like, "Okay guys, what country do you think I'm from?" No.
Is that even reasonable?
In the back.
Plus?
Malaysia? No, not Venezuela.
Indonesia?
Not
These
Indonesia.
are great guesses. Can we stop that?
America? Yep.
But the best part of the whole thing was that the school did a really good job of hyping us up to be way cooler than we actually are. This city in Saudi Arabia doesn't get visitors to it. Saudi just opened up their foreign entry visa program just very recently, so there aren't many tourists in this part of the world. But the kids were just so excited we were there, and there was a moment when I was being hugged by like 3 different kids and high-fiving kids, and they were asking for your autograph. And
They were like my height. They were hugging me and they were all like my height or even taller, and I was like falling over. It was amazing.
it was just so fun though. It was way better than I was expecting.
You have your own stuff?
ISG Jubail has a focus on compassion this year for their school, and that's just what they asked us to speak on, was compassion. A little bit of our story, a little bit of like how we started, how we've taken a different path in life, even though we have degrees and we could have gotten different careers. We've obviously taken a different path, but about the compassion that we've seen along our travels. And it's crazy for us to look back and reflect on these last 6 months and the amount of compassion we've received from people hosting us all over the world, to giving us free meals sometimes when we've run out of cash. It's just, we've experienced so much compassion, and we hope that one day we're able to pay it back tenfold.
All in all, fantastic week in Saudi Arabia. We hope to come back and visit again soon. Thanks Heather, Skylar, all the other teachers that we met at ISG Jubail, all the students. You guys are amazing. We love you. This shout out is for you.
See ya. Google Translate right now. Just a classic evening on the beach in Saudi.
We got a beautiful story.